Okay, I'm gonna join the 5 hourly Blitz arena. I joined a bit late, but hopefully I can get some points back. Okay, I'm gonna play d4 and probably play bishop g5. This is the Trumpowski attack. Play c6. I haven't studied this, I think e3 is good. And I'll take. Play bishop d3. Knight f3. c4. I'm putting pressure on the center to just take immediately. So I'll develop the knight to c3. So this attacks the bishop, forcing them to either take or go back. I don't know if I should castle queenside. Probably not. I think I should play d5, although maybe knight e5 would be annoying. So I might unpin myself with bishop e2. That way I can move the knight next. So I'm gonna move the knight here. It was attacking the bishop, but they just threatened checkmate because it's defended by the bishop behind it. So I have to do something about that. I will probably just go there, blocks the checkmate, and they don't trade. I'm gonna move the knight to the center. Okay, queen e6, which attacks the knight. It is also attacking this pawn, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much because now the queen will go back to here, and not only can I take this pawn, but I might even be able to go something like king g2 or h1, and then I can attack their king. So think I actually think king g2 is good because if they try to defend their pawn, I think I have a tactic. So they don't defend the pawn, but I don't think they stopped it. Yeah, I think I still have a tactic because they're gonna go queen g5 or else their queen's trapped. Unless they want to go knight e3, but I don't think that works. Okay, yeah. And then here I can go. I think I can go e4, and this attacks the knight. So, and they actually can move it here. Okay, so they attack my knight, but now I think they blundered something. Actually, maybe not. Okay, they made a very kind of sneaky move. And now I will win in exchange. They did get a pawn for it, but and they are up 2 pawns, but I will get the rook, so it is the material is equal. I think I might take the knight just to simplify the position. And then this does sacrifice a pawn, but I'm not really worried if they take it. I get a very big attack. If they take another pawn, I get to activate a lot of my pieces. Rook d5, or rook d7. It attacks the bishop and is putting pressure along 7th rank. That does defend it, but I guess I can just take this pawn. Since I can take this one next. So they defend that one. I'm going to go queen e4, starting me checkmate. And they didn't stop it. So let's checkmate. I'm going to analyze all the games after the tournament finishes. That way I won't waste any time. Okay, so I'm playing 1970. I'm going to play okay, so they play here. They might be transposing to an e4 opening. Okay, so this is the London system, but when they want to put their pawn here, which since I'm playing this, they shouldn't. One of the main ideas of the modern defense, or this is also kind of like a King's Indian defense, is to play push e5. And against the London system, it also attacks the bishop. Okay, so they want to go knight d5 because my knight's pinned. So I should probably stop that. Bishop e6. Now if knight d5, I can take it. Now I can unpin myself because since they took, I have time to unpin myself because the knight can, because the bishop, the queen's no longer behind the knight. King b1. I think they're just trying to defend their a2 pawn more. Uh, I can just develop a rook and it's defended twice. So I'm going to start trying to push this pawn to create an attack on the king since we did castle on the opposite side. That move, it weakens this square, which my knight can already move to. I'm not sure if it wants to, though. I actually think it is pretty good. So I'm going to move there. And knight d5, I actually have a tactic. Okay, so, yeah, knight d5. So he blundered a tactic. Here, I can play rook takes d5. Because the pawn is pinned to the queen. So now I win a piece and he resigns. So 24th place. Okay, uh, 1900. I'm gonna play the modern defense. Okay, F4 I don't think is a great move. Let's see if he plays D4. No. So here, I can play D5. Because if he ever takes, the pawn on F4 is kind of bad, because it just weakens his king. Because now he doesn't have any protection on the dark squares around his king. So, I can easily get my pieces out, and here, I can attack his center with C5. Okay, he gives a check. I'll just block it. I'm also developing a piece. Okay, he takes. I think this blunders a tactic, but I actually maybe he can get away with it. Okay, I'm gonna go queen a5. I'm gonna see what he does. He has to play knight c3 to defend the bishop. Okay, and that was a check. And I think here I can play bishop f3. So we're gonna see if he takes with the g pawn, he's okay. He's not losing. But if he takes with the queen, he's just losing. But after g takes, he has doubled pawns on the f file. His king will be really weak, and it'll just be a longer win. But I think it should still be a win. So he does take with the queen. And actually, the tactic that I was thinking of doesn't quite work. So I'll probably just defend my center. So he castles. I think a6. If he takes, and then I can capture back. So I'm attacking the center for his pawns using the open file. Okay, so that move, uh, it does defend his pawn, but it blunders a knight. He doesn't have protection anymore. So he offers a wait. I think that just blunders another bishop. I don't see anything wrong with taking it. It also comes with a check. So yeah, very sad. Okay, so I'm gonna play 4. My opponent's 1700. Plays e6. What should I do? I will play e4. He plays the French defense. I will take, and then I'm going to play bishop d3. Okay, so yeah, he plays there. I like to play a setup where he's going to play bishop d6, and this is the normal development. Okay, he plays c5. So he's actually threatening to trap my bishop. So I'll defend my center. Now if he tries the same thing, I can just go back. Yep, and then I'm going to pin his knight. Okay, he does do this, but now his center's a bit weaker. I can attack it with d3. So I'm going to castle next, and yeah, I think my position's pretty good. Number 13th place. Queen b6, it attacks this pawn. Do I need to protect it? Probably. So I'll play queen d2. It does defend it, but indirectly. So my opponent's probably calculating what happens after he takes the pawn. So he does take. He took the pawn. I have bishop h7 check, and after he takes, I could take his queen. So he does defend it. Now I will play b3. I was going to attack the center anyways, and yeah. So I think I can. This opens the file for the rook and captures towards the center. Okay, I'm gonna castle. Okay, knight d4. That is annoying because if I take, I actually am gonna lose a piece. But think actually I might have a tactic. No, I don't. So I think I would just move my queen. Here's the best square, probably here. Yeah, so I'm gonna go here. You can still take my bishop. Uh, or should it just be a trade? It does. And so I will capture back. And this does attack my knight, so I will move it to. I'll move it to g3. It can come to f5 or h5 next, which are both better squares. Bishop d7. Now I'm gonna control the open file. Okay, and then now I will I can go here because it's pinned. No, I'm actually gonna go here. So he will probably trade because it's difficult for him. He doesn't want to go back. Oh, so yeah, I think he'll trade, and then then my queen will be attacking the pawn. So yeah, it's attacking the pawn. And he can't push this because then I can capture this pawn. So he probably has to go king g8. Okay, or there. But now I think I have a nice move, a good move, which is knight g5, because now I'm putting more pressure on this pawn, but also attacking the bishop, which is defended, but it'll weaken his position. He'd probably have to give this pawn up. Okay, so I can just take this pawn. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So I will take. He does take back, and he takes here too. So now I'm actually threatening rook e8, which would be after takes, that'd be checkmate. So he does defend it, but now I have a nice move, which is queen g6. It's uh, it attacks starts a new checkmate. So you'll probably play king g8. Or queen there. Now I'm gonna bring my rook in. I don't have very much time, but my opponent can't do anything, so I can play pretty quickly. Play h4. Okay, I will move away. Okay, they were attacking this. Yeah, so that was kind of a trap. Now they're queen spinned. And they do go there, but I can go takes. And they ran out of time. So that game was closer, but their position was never good. I just played it a bit slowly. So 14th place. Okay, my opponent berserks. Makes the game faster. Or I would berserk back, but it blocking already makes me slower, so I'm not going to. My opponent's playing a very solid setup. Well, yeah, I said solid, but I don't. This is normal. I think I can play knight c6. They defend their pawn. Uh, I'm gonna play rook e8. Yeah, so they take. I'll take back. And they play d5. So here, I think I'm just gonna go back. They're gonna attack. This pins my knight to the queen. c6, it attacks this pawn, but also it creates ideas of queen b6 check. So yeah, they go here, which would win a piece, but I have queen b6 check. Actually, the problem is my knight's trapped. I can play f6 or I can play knight d5. I'm gonna play knight d5, it's a bit more complicated. And so now I get the fork. Okay, so I can just take back. Actually, I have to take back with the pawn. If I took back with the queen, they have knight d4, and now it's not a fork anymore, and it is still a queen because it attacks my queen. So I will take the knight, go knight e5. This does defend the pawn, which they were attacking twice, and it also creates a fork. So they go there. But now I can. Now I think I'll just take because after rook takes, I'm gonna play bishop a6, and it's a skewer. So when they move their rook out of the way, let's say here, or actually not there, let's say here, I could take the knight, and if the queen takes, the rook defends it. So I think they're losing. d7, uh, which is a tricky move. I think my position's just slightly better after this. I don't want to make it too complicated because I'm attacking this piece twice now. And I'll probably take this pawn next. So yeah, I think I can take this pawn. And then this pawn will probably be weak. I might capture it next. And I have the bishop pair. So they attack it, but I don't think that does anything to stop here. So yeah, I'll take it. Now if they move the rook down, it's got rook e1 check, so they go there. I'm gonna go queen to b4. h3. Could take another pawn. I think I'm gonna go bishop b2. So I think if they play rook c2, I have rook e8 check, which wins the queen. Because it's a fork, and it's defended by the queen, which they fall for. And now I can go bishop b5, pinning the knight, and their position is very hopeless. So now I'll go g5, and the point is that when they take, now it doesn't defend the knight anymore. And if they take my bishop, I just take, and the knight's still pinned, so it's a completely winning position. I do take, but then they do give a check, but I can just move out of the way. And I'm going to take the knight next, and there's that. Okay, I'm in 10th place. Okay, I'm playing a 2194, so this will be the toughest game so far. The Trompowsky attack is c6 again. I will play e3, bishop f5. I think bishop d3 is good. I take. I could take, but I think I'm gonna try to move the knight into the center. We'll see if this is good. So if they take, I actually get the pawn will recapture, and then since the knight's pinned, they're gonna just lose this knight. So they go there, and I think I can. I'm gonna play here. So now they attack my bishop. I'm gonna take. They recapture the bishop. I'm just gonna defend it, the knight. Take, but I don't know if that's. I'm gonna recapture. I think I've got a good attack. I can castle queenside. Looks like they're gonna copy me. Okay, no. I'm gonna play king b1. I kind of want to see what they're gonna do, which way they're gonna castle, and this is just an improving move. So they go here, but that's gonna make it easy for me to play e4 in the future. But they're trying to start an attack. But since their king's in the center, I'm gonna try to open the center. And yeah, they try to keep it closed. I'm gonna take. After knight takes, I'm gonna go knight d2. I'm gonna go here and check them next. And then I'll develop my rook, attack this pawn. Their king will be getting weak. So will mine, but it's a complicated position. So yeah, I'm gonna go knight d4. Oh, actually, they might have a threat. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. They're probably gonna go here, and I have a very nice move. Because they're threatening here, which the pawn's pinned, so it's threatening checkmate. And normally if they play here and I go here, they have here, and it's impossible to stop the checkmate on this square. But I have a very nice move after c3, which hopefully they don't see, but if they do, I think my position's still pretty good. They were also threatening this, which, since the pawn's pinned, and I can't take it, it'd be a fork of the queen and the king. So they castle. I think I'm gonna push this pawn just so that I stop all of their checkmating ideas. That king's a little bit safer. Now I have to start an attack of my own. I can move my knight. This way, it kind of stops at b4 because then I can take this pawn and it'll attack the queen. And if they get b4 in, their attack's going to be pretty strong, so I'm trying to prevent it. So I think they're going to play something like... It's actually a bit difficult for them to start their attack, or to finish their attack. So, the next move I'll try... On the next move, in the next moves, I'll try to play g4, h4, g5, and then attack their king. And I don't actually know how they're gonna break through on my king. They might have a, like, it's a cool move, queen c3, but I think I can play... Alright, maybe that does work. Yeah, actually, I think I can play takes, king c2. Okay, they played b4 anyways, but I think I can take this now. That does pin my... It does pin it to my queen. So I'm gonna take. If they take back, I'll just play a3. So they're trying to attack the knight again. Can oh, it. Yeah, I'm gonna defend it. And I think they're gonna go back. And okay, hit his stick. So I'm gonna play a3 because I need to stop their threat here. Okay, they go back. Starting to get low on time too, so I'll have to play quick. Okay, I'm gonna double the rooks to help add a bit more protection to the knight. And now I actually can move the knight if I want, because now my queen's protected. Okay, and then that. I'm gonna continue by going here. Position's a bit annoying, but I think I can think I can handle it. Oops, I'm not trying to go there. I'm gonna go here next. Try to attack this pawn. I think I have survived the attack, but my time is getting low, so I have to play quick. Okay, here. It did defend the pawn, but I'm still gonna play that. And now I am actually up on time. Gonna check. After the trade of rooks, they're not threatening checkmate anymore. They're trying to attack this pawn. So I'm gonna defend it and give a check. And I'm gonna go here. Okay, so they can take, but their kings can come out. Hoping I can do something. Yeah. Gonna have to get lucky. Ah, ran out of time. That was much better. When I got low on time, I made a mistake. Okay, I'm playing 23-35. So this is theory. Okay, I've never seen this move before. Okay. I think I'm gonna castle queenside. So, can double their pawns. I don't think that knight's very good. So I'm gonna go here. And this way, they can't go here to trade it off. So I think the knight's just kind of stuck here. If there's ever a good moment to take, I can always do it. So I'm gonna castle. And this will become a sharp game because we're both gonna try to, yeah, start pushing our pawns. The question is who's faster. He attacks my knight, and he does take. So I think I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna take that. Hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna go. He's attacking my pawn, but I don't think I really care if he takes that pawn. Goes here. That threatens checkmate, so I'll probably go here, which shows the queen's protection. So yeah, he does go there, so I'm just gonna protect it. And I do have a threat though. Like, he is 2300, so I don't think that move stops it. It doesn't quite work, actually. So I'm gonna go knight g5. It does attack this pawn because I'm threatening here. And when they move the knight, I take it. So yeah, there. And I'm actually not sure if I really care if he takes the knight because then my rook uh will be an open file. So I think I'm actually okay with that. So if he takes, I'm gonna let him take. So he doesn't take. Uh, I think that's bad because I can go here. After he takes back, I push. And now he can't take my knight, which is important. And so now I think my attack's faster. Okay, so I'm gonna threaten his rook. He takes. Guess I underestimated that move. Didn't quite realize that it was that good. Hmm. Yeah, I guess I'm lost now. So I will play. I'll play g5. Cause there, which wasn't really expecting. Probably good. Gonna play rook g1. Yeah, of course he's not gonna blunder, but I don't. Okay, so that wasn't the best, but I'll look at the games now. Okay, so this was the first game. In this game, I played the Trompowsky attack, and he played here, which I haven't studied yet. I am supposed to think on my bishop, which I kind of forgot, but I'm not gonna forget it next time. But I think this is also fine. So I guess g4 is good here. Thought it'd be weakening, but knight h4, knight d7, knight g6, h takes g6. And I guess the attack's very strong, because h6. And then if they play g6, I can, and this actually threatens this pawn, because if this pawn recaptured, the bishop would be checking the king. And I guess it's actually just difficult to defend. And even if they do defend it, white has a passed pawn and strong attack. I didn't really think, I thought g4 would be too weak, so I castled. And now it's equal again. And it looks like we both played pretty accurately. But here, he did see that he could fork this, which I did see. I realized that after knight c5, that I have this move, and after he moves here, which is his only move that doesn't lose the queen, I can move my king up, and now my rooks are gonna come over, and I'm gonna just put pressure on his king. So yeah, and then it's not really even a pawn sacrifice, because if I wanted, I could take here too, but then it would just be equal. So I played king g2, and I played rook h1 here, then e4, which is the best move. He played b6, and I think this is bad because of what I played. Okay, so I guess I have a better move. So e takes d5 is winning. Oh, because after queen f3, it's important that I sacrifice this pawn, because he can't stop either his queen from getting trapped, or he can't stop losing his pawn. So let's say if he plays h6, which defends this pawn with another pawn, I could play bishop f5, queen g5, rook h5, and the queen's trapped. It can't go here. So here, here. None of the squares are good. Well, I guess it actually happens if it goes here. And it gets chased over here. And now, since the queen's all the way over here, away from the king, I can continue attacking, and I have 3 pieces versus just some pawns. And so if he, takes this pawn, I can just, I think, take here. Oh no. So he's actually threatening this pawn, which would come with check. So I can defend it first with the rook, so that when he takes here, I can take here. And then he's just losing, because after something like this, I can play rook to h7, and which threatens checkmate, like this. I'd take up the queen, and it's defended by the rook. So then if he plays g6, I can sacrifice, and after takes, queen takes, king f8, this is checkmate. And then if, let's say he wanted to avoid getting his queen kind of kicked around, he could play queen c2, but now I have bishop f5, and it attacks the queen. So when he moves it, to take this pawn, I can take this pawn, and here there's actually a checkmate, because, and this is because of how I sacrificed the h pawn earlier. If he goes, it's check, because of the rook, and then after here, there's checkmate with rook h8 check, king takes, queen h5, king g8, queen h7. And so it was a rook sacrifice so that the queen could get there. So in the game though, I didn't see queen f3, so I played here. And my point was that I'm attacking here, and I'm attacking the rook. And after this, here, I'm still attacking the queen and the rook, so I win in exchange, but this isn't quite as good as what I could have done. I guess this is equal. I thought my attack would be really good. And it is, but it was about equal, but then he missed mate in one. So that was checkmate. So the next game was against the 1900. And I played the modern defense. I think he plays the London system, and this knight c3 move is more of a modern way of playing the London, which threatens to play e4. So he didn't actually play e4, so I don't really think he quite understood the purpose of the opening. And so in the London system, in the King's Indian or modern defense in general, I try to play e5. So I prepared it, and now I played it. And he played, and this was a pin, and he's kind of threatening knight d5. So I played bishop e6 so that if knight d5, I can take it, and this is good for me because my rooks are going to come, and it might be a pin. So he took, but now I don't. He can't play knight d5 because the queen is not pinned anymore, or the knight is not pinned anymore. So he played king b1, just like overprotecting this pawn. I attack the queen, and so a6 is to prepare this move so that I can start an attack on his king, because we're opposite side castled. We've castled on the opposite side. And he played here, which isn't a great move, because now I can move my knight into the center because his pawn doesn't control it anymore. And so he did take, and then he made a blunder. Because now, rook takes, and he thought it was defended when he played it, but it's not, because I can just capture the queen. And so since he's just done a clean piece, he just resigned. So the next game, I played another 1900. I played the modern defense again, and I could have played d5 here. I just wanted to give him an opportunity to play d4 again because I like playing against it. And so I did play d5 though, and he played e5. And so the point is this bishop pins the knight to the queen. So the knight is helping defend the center, so I'm going to try to attack the center. And here he checked me. I blocked and developed a piece at the same time, which is also attacking this. And so he took. And I played queen a5. And what I missed here was when I was calculating is that after this, I thought he had to take with the g pawn, because that way if I played d4, he can just take it because the knight's pinned. But I guess he can take with the queen like he did in the game, and now after d4, he can actually just take here, and this is winning because next, wherever I go, he takes the rook, and with check, and he'll usually win. So I ended up not playing d4, and I just went e6, and he castled a6, and this pawn's weak, so he defended it with his bishop, and so I moved my rook to attack this pawn, and he should defend it with like one of the rooks, but in the game he pushed the pawn, which was defending the knight, but now it's not, so I took it, and then I don't know why he played here, but I could just take it, and then here he resigned. Okay, and then with this game. Oh yeah, this game was pretty close. Looks like I did play pretty accurately, 92%. So I played d4, e6. This isn't move 5 I normally face, but it kind of transposes into an e4 opening after e4. And so then I traded. And normally, what I like to do in these positions is when they just play normally, I've developed this knight to c3. And when they go bishop e6, I go bishop g5, knight d7. And I kind of develop my knights in like the opposite way of them. So that when I'll go queen d2, they can castle. I could play like f3, then c6, then I long castle, and then I can go try to attack, and it's a fun position to play. But they decided to play c5, which if I continue with what the plan I mentioned, they can trap my bishop because it can't go here because they'll take it. This pawn's defended by the rook. If I go here, they can take it with the bishop. Here, the pawn, and there's no other squares. So I went c3, because now if they push, I can go back. So they went here, I go here, here, then bishop c2. And I was able to get a position I liked, because they did gain more space, but if I get better control in the center, and this move does set up a trap, because if they take, which they saw this, I can go check, and after they take, I can take the queen. So they just moved the king out of the way, and I defended it, and then they took, I castle, and now my pieces are starting to kind of come up with an attack. So I moved my knight, and here, and then here I moved my knight in. So now I'm trying to eliminate like the king's like kind of last defender to try to trade it. So here, after bishop e6, which was a mistake, like I said, I thought the best move was king g8 to defend the pawn, which the queen is attacking. They go bishop. Oops. They went bishop e6, but now I could go knight g5 because it attacks it puts more pressure on the pawn, and they cannot take it because the pawn is pinned to the king by the queen. So they actually just didn't defend the pawn. I don't know why. So I took it, and then here I'm just winning, and this move does threaten checkmate, which is difficult to deal with. So they stopped it with queen g8, rook e7. In my position, I am first of all already up a pawn, but my position is just very dominant because if they ever move the queen, I have checkmate, and they don't really have a way to activate the rook because, like, let's say for example they tried to attack my queen. Here I can actually just like move it, and I still have all the pressure I had before. And if they tried to like let's say capture this pawn, I can play here, and now since the rook isn't protecting the back rank anymore, I can pin the queen to the king. So this would be completely winning. So here they go rook f8, but I would play h4, and they play here. I just move back, and they go here. It looks like they're actually threatening to take this, but I went queen d7, and it sets up a trap. We are getting low on time, so I have 11 seconds to have 18. When they take it, I can pin them. And they check, I move. They try to defend their piece, but I take, and they ran out of time here, but they're losing anyways. Next game. This game, looks like I made a blunder somewhere. So I played the modern defense. They played a very solid, in a solid way. Yeah, and it looks like out of the opening they were a bit better. What happened? Okay, so yeah, I just moved back. And this was a blunder because it wasn't, yeah, it's a blunder. I should have played h6. It's attacking the bishop, and after they go back, I attack the bishop again. They go back. Then I can just like go here and try to move my knight to this square. Uh, but instead I went c6, and I forgot that after this move, uh, I I did see that it was pinned and I couldn't move the knight immediately, but I thought I could go check, and so after they move the king, I'll just move the knight. The problem is I don't have a square to move the knight to, which here I realized. So there's two options. Only two options to even get a piece to like save the piece. I'm still much worse, but I can at least save the piece. I can go f6, counterattacking this, and after like this. I just thought this position was really bad for me because my king's weak, and he has a pawn on e7, which I can take, but I think I have to sacrifice the exchange after something like this. Yeah, I have to give up the exchange. So I don't want to do this. But, so I did play, so in the game after, I played knight d5 because the point is after this, this is a fork now. It attacks both and it's defended by the rook. So he put here, which isn't the best move. And I was going to recapture with the queen, but then I realized that after he could save both pieces by first moving the knight that was attacked to attack my queen. So after I move it, he just moves his bishop back, and I didn't get a single piece for it. So I did capture the pawn, and now he moves his bishop. I take, rook takes, and then he's putting pressure on this pawn. So I was able to defend it and fork at the same time. Okay, computer actually says that the best move is the rook takes f7, which is a full rook sacrifice. And after I take, they should play d7, which forks this, and it's defended by the queen. And then after I take, queen d7, I guess their attack's just very strong. It's hard to understand, but I think their attack's just really strong. And my pieces are kind of stuck. But they didn't see that, so they just defended it. But now I take, bishop a6. So I guess queen b5 was the winning move. Oh, it's because actually something I noticed after. After bishop a6, they have one good move, which is rook b4, which attacks my queen. It counterattacks my queen so that I don't actually have time to take this. Which they missed in the game. But if I go queen b5, have the same idea, and after they like attack my queen, now I can just take it and it's defended by the rook, and I won a piece. Now I don't know what if b3. Oh, it's also a fork, I guess. After b3, I can take this bishop. So it's like it attacks so many pieces at once. It's attacking this, and then if this moves, it's attacking this. So they're just losing. But I played bishop a6. They played d7, which was bad. I did take. The problem for them is I'm the bishop pair, and I'm a pawn. We're actually equal in material, but in this position, the bishop pair in the development is very important. And so I'm attacking the knight, and then after they move it, I'm going to take this pawn, and then this pawn will become weak. So, and that's what happened in the game. And yeah, so here, but then bishop b2, and they blundered. So here, rook b1's the only move, but then I can just trap the rook, and I'm going to be winning. But they played in the game rook c2, not a3, rook c2, which blunders rook e1 check because it's defended by the queen, and it forks the queen and the king. So they took, and then I played bishop b5. They moved back. I played g5, which attacks the bishop, trying to deflect it from from defending this knight. And they took my bishop, but here they resigned because the pawn, the bishop, and the queen are attacking the knight. The knight can't move because it's pinned to the king. And if they tried like taking the pawn, I would just take here with the bishop, and that's checkmate. So that game. I guess I missed queen b5, but I still won. So this game, this was the first game I lost. So I'll check how well I played. Oh yeah, so this is the game where I got really low on time and blundered. Looks like before that I played pretty well. Played okay. So I played the Trumpowski attack, and I put it here. I played here, and I got my knight into the center, and so I took. Should I go bishop h? Yeah, so I guess I should keep the tension and just play bishop h4, because now if they castle, I can like go knight f3. Okay, it looks like knight f3 is not great, but what if I long castle? Is that good? It's okay. But after this, they took back, and the position was complicated. I guess I should play e4 immediately since their king's in the center and I'm not castling yet, I should try to open the center. I played here, and they played c4. I guess this was bad for me, because I was too slow. Here. Okay, so what I thought I had appears it doesn't work. So I thought after c3, I could play queen b5, takes, then knight d6. It forks the king and the queen. I guess after they move, they have rook b8, and then I can't take because it'd be pinned to the pawn's pinned to the king, so that I couldn't recapture. So after I move, like if I tuck, they can take. I can go. I could go here, and I guess my king's just too weak. They must have thought the same thing as me, so they didn't play here. They castled. And now I went here, and my position was pretty good now. But because I am up a pawn, but I'm getting a bit attacked. But I was able to defend all of my pieces, and now I'm just much better. So I'm winning, but I have 25 seconds. And yeah, here I saw knight f7. For some reason, I got distracted and didn't want to allow them to capture. But this is way better. This is just winning for me because here I have knight g5 check. If they take, this is checkmate because their rook defends all these squares and then queen attacks. So they would have to go like king g6. I could like just take. Yeah, they're just completely losing here. But unfortunately, I was low on time and got distracted by this pawn and defended it. But now I'm not that winning anymore, and I blundered. I just didn't expect them to go here. After here, I'm still much better, but I should play like knight d6, maybe go here and then here. But I played here, and now I'm worse. And then I was below 10 seconds. I almost flagged them, but I wasn't quite able to. I ran out of time before that. So yeah, I was winning, but I blundered on their time for sure. The last game, I was playing against a 2300. My opponent played the main line, and I've studied this a little bit. I've never actually studied this move, but I guess it was okay. And yeah, I am a bit better. I guess castling was bad. So I should play e5. Playing is after something like knight f5, I can play h4. I guess my attack's really good here. So, but what's wrong with casting? Then he gets an attack, I guess. And his attack's a bit faster. Then, yeah, I mean, in the game, my opponent kind of played perfectly. And here I'm lost. Is this the best move? Whatever. Yeah, and my opponent just played perfectly, so I didn't play horribly, but my opponent did play perfectly. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play another. I'll play a few more Blitz games. This time control is a bit shorter. Okay, I'm playing a 1600. Gonna play the modern defense. I don't think this is a great move. They could have developed a knight to f3, but since they put a pawn on f3, that scores are taken away. The knight on g3 is not very good. So I'm actually gonna push my h pawn because if I attack this knight and gain space, it's a bit annoying for them. Okay, so now they have to go back to h1, which can't be very good for them. Okay, so I think they just blundered the knight. I can actually just take it first, because it attacks the bishop and the knight, so they can only save one. So yeah, they take back. I'm gonna take this now. I'm gonna go bishop g4. It attacks the queen and just puts the bishop on a better square. Okay, I'm gonna try to trade the bishop, the knight for the bishop. I also have another idea. They stopped developing the knight. And here, I think I'm gonna go back. Gonna attack the queen, and after it moves, I'll take this, and I'll just have because I'm just trying to trade pieces since I'm already have a knight. They actually have a nice move here, which is knight g3, which utilizes that the bishop is pinned to the king. So they actually just don't move. Yeah, they just don't move any other pieces. So I can just take the rook. I'm gonna take the bishop. I'm gonna give it check, and then after I go back, I'm gonna trade even more pieces because this forces a queen trade. And yeah, I'm just completely winning. So I just have to force even more trades, but I think if I just develop my pieces, they can't really stop it for long. I'll go bishop c4 next, defended by this pawn. And it's okay to sacrifice a pawn to trade some pieces, since I'm up a rook. So what did they take? I'll just take back. So they go there. Here I can take either of these pawns. I'm gonna take this one and attack the rook. Okay, they actually go there. So I'm gonna go 93. I think it works. Yeah, so they are attacking this pawn, but I did attack both, and since I still have a threat on the rook, they might take, but then I can take, and after they recapture, I'm still up a rook. So they go there, but now I can go. I'm gonna just go here, and they can take here, but I'll take this, and if they move the bishop, I'll take the rook. So they don't really stop me, so I'll just go here, and then I'm gonna go check. Then I'm gonna put the rook here, because all of their pawns here are here, so it's a very active rook. They go there. I have to be a bit careful, so I'm just gonna keep the pawn stopped. And I'll probably just take it next with rook. And I am starting to get low on time, but since I'm up a rook, it doesn't really matter. They might take this pawn, but it's fine. Yeah, and then and then I have plenty of time to in this position. Okay, so my opponent ran out of time. Gonna analyze that game. So my opponent, yeah, after it was bad, I guess d5 is best because it kind of is trying to take advantage of the fact that the pawn on f3 is getting in the way of their development. So by opening the center, I'm going to take advantage of the fact that it's difficult for them to develop. But I played d6, and this is still okay. Yeah, but the pawn on f3 still got in the way of the development because after here, I played here, and I think this is good because I'm trying to attack their knight. Now, you're not normally supposed to push pawns in front of the king, but this is a specific example where it's okay, and that's because it's first of all difficult for them to attack it, and also it's forcing the knight to go to a bad square. And this move was bad. I guess they just didn't want to retreat their piece, but now I did take, which taking here is also okay, but after f5, they get some counterplay. So if I take here first, they're still going to lose a piece because they can't stop both threats, but now they just don't have any counterplay for it. And so, yeah, the rest of the game I just tried to trade the pieces. And I was able to. Here, actually, they did kind of set one trap, which is if I go, okay, computer says this still works. Wait, why does this work? So I guess, because I can't stop the pawn. If I go here, the rook defends it. If I go here, they can take. If I go here, they can also take. I guess after this rook to king g1, rook here, king f1, and they can't make a queen because then I'm gonna checkmate them. So, for example, here, and this is checkmate. And then if they try to stop the checkmate by king g1. I can go here. Oh, and this is the point. When they promote to a queen, this is checkmate. Because it's important not to go here because then they could take it. But this is checkmate. And this rook is like in the way of them blocking. So, and then if they take it, it's not checkmate anymore. But now I stop the pawn. But I think what I played in the game is also fine. It's much safer, and I'm still completely winning. And so I just take the pawn, and it was a pretty easy win. And here I think they were just frustrated and disconnected. Hopefully, I do the next one on Monday or sometime soon. And I'll try to reach 2200 on Lichess, which I think there's not too many players that high rated on Lichess, which actually makes it harder to get to 2300 on Lichess than on chess.com. Even though Lichess ratings are generally inflated more than chess.com. I think by 2100 it's really hard to get, or by 2000 it's really hard to get higher rated on Lichess. So yeah, hopefully I do one on Monday.